So today I thought I would go and um, pick up one of these premium gift Bibles to do, these nice lower cost entries to show people, what you can look for in a moderately priced Bible. I think these retail for about 15. This is a ESV premium gift Bible, English Standard Edition. So it's a Crossway, ESV.org. Um, Doesn't have the ISBN number on the outside. Let's take it out of the sleeve, set the sleeve aside, and has that nice flame on it. So tooled Holy Bible, ESV, English Standard Edition, Crossway. So this is what they call the true tone. There's the ISBN number, which is kind of hard to see. And so the quality in these aren't always the best, but this is more of what you consider if you're giving away for an outreach for a more substantial, that is not a nice step up, I should say, from these paperbacks. Um, these are pretty decent little Bibles. So as we open in, so it's a paste down all the way construction, single page, Holy Bible ESV, English Standard Version by Crossway. So what we got here, we had some cats that were deciding to have a fight. So this is printed in China, published by Crossway. Actually, has been around a while. So I'm trying to look for. So the text was the 2016 text. It's a pretty straightforward, simple Bible. So as preface, the Old Testament and New Testament in book order. Table, weights, and measures, and a small concordance on the end, which is surprising for this type of a entry Bible. So they also have the books in alphabetical order in their page numbers, which is kind of handy. As we look in here, the preface, basic explanation of the features, which is good to go over to see how they actually translate certain sections. Cross-reference footnotes of how they actually do their cross-references. Going into the Old Testament. There's no chapter introductions, I should say. So as we get in here, you can see that there's quite a bit of bleed through on these pages. They're rather thin, but it's still readable. But for a basic gift Bible, it's not too bad. It's not completely line matched, so it will show a lot more when you actually go into the sections here. Let's jump forward a bit and go into one of the poetic sections. So it really shows in the poetic sections because it's not really line matched. You can see behind it, but you still can read it. It's a little difficult, but nice lighting. It probably shows a lot more on the camera than what it actually is. Jump over here into the Psalms, Proverbs, start jumping forward. Now, as we go into the New Testament, you realize that see how it starts. I always like to look at Matthew. They do the genealogy as one big paragraph. I like some that actually go person by person down the line, so it makes it easier to read. And you'll notice that this is a black letter Bible, so the words of Christ are not in red. The text kind of, there isn't very much of a border, and the text does kind of get right down into this gutter, which can make it hard to read when it's setting out, and it doesn't like to lay flat. But this does have, if you'll see here, let's jump forward a little bit. So they do have the translation notes on the bottom, and they do have some cross references. I thought I saw some. Well, this one may not have cross references. Oh, yes, they do. Sorry. So their text, the footnotes on the bottom have the cross references and some of the translation notes. So at first I thought it didn't have cross references. So as we go back through Acts, Corinthians, one of my other favorite sections, First Corinthians, through Timothy, Hebrews, John. They do take, which is nice, where each book starts on a page by themselves. Even a very small book like First John, Second John, and Third John, and it goes back to Revelations, and it ends. Let's see here. Go back. I just passed it. So Revelation ends on page 1042. So it's not that large of a Bible. And oh, my kitty's trying to be cute. So it does have a basic table of weights and measures, which can come in handy for trying to visualize the different measurements and weights. Cat is having me get into everything. He's gonna have to be put away when I do videos. Introduction to the Concordance, which basically tells you how to use a concordance, which is a good help. There are abbreviations for all of their textual notes. And for a gift Bible, it does have a pretty decent concordance. It's actually more of a concordance than some of my the other Bibles that I have. And it ends at the end of the concordance with a page for the paste down. So you notice this is it's kind of a faux leather true tone. So it has the texture, which kind of feels like leather. And it has a decent feel to it, but you can tell it's kind of rubbery. But for a gift Bible, it's actually not too bad. I would definitely give this